Moments Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review. It is pull it out of the cellar. Stuff that you meant to review years ago and are just now getting to. Today we've got Red Poppy Ale from the Lost Abbey Brewery out of San Marcos, California. I did mean to get to this years ago. This is, they call it a Flanders Red Ale, although it surprises me they don't call it a Flanders Brown Ale. And you'll see from my description. So they call it a Flanders Red Ale, and that's made with sour cherries that are added in on the barrel as well as that packaging. Now what's interesting, in Flanders Red Ales are always two beers that are blended together. Usually the same style, just one older and one fresher. In this case, they ferment a brown ale, Flanders Brown Ale, for 12 months in stainless steel barrels. Then what they do is they take their Amigo Lager. Now that's kind of a different twist. Normally it's another Flanders Red or Brown Ale. Their Amigo Lager, which is 3 months old, they take the two, put them together, and then age them an additional 6+ months. So that makes 18 months for the Flanders Brown Ale. This is all then blended and put into French oak wine barrels. And at that point, they blend in sour cherries and the microorganisms to make it a sour beer. So quite a process. Can't wait to try this, and we're gonna get it cracked open. Whew. Still got a nice hiss on it for 2 years. This is a 2013. I can already smell it. Let's get the pour going here. Now we'll get it all in there. Now, which is classic, it's very effervescent to start, and usually they fade quite a bit on the Flanders Red and Brown Ales. But what's interesting, this does look more like a brown, but held up to the light, you do get some like cranberry hues coming through, a little darker than your normal cranberry, but yeah, it's just smelling too good. I gotta get my nose on this one. Bam! Just right away, you get hit with this nice sweetness and the tart cherries. Right away, you get the sour component, but you get a lot of sweetness too, so it's really well balanced. I'm getting like vinegar, which was interesting, didn't get off the first scent. I'm getting like apple, like a granny apple, a green apple on there. That sweet component's nice, just a bit of lemon on there. Hint of the oak. You get some of the yeast ester coming through. There's a good amount of that lemon and as well as that vinegar type scent coming through. But the first blast was all cherries, just all sweet cherries. So we're gonna jump in. Cheers. That's nice. I bet it was better fresh, but that's nice. It's the cherries are there, but they're not as strong as what I've always heard described about the beer. Yeah, with the age on it, it's really allowed the sour components to develop quite a bit, which is interesting. And it brings out a little bit of the vinegar, but not like off-putting, and a bit more of the lemon component, which is nice, but the cherries are still there, and it is a tart cherry. What's nice on the cherries, it's not like a medicinal cherry like you often get. It's not like a medicine, like, you know, like sweet medicine cherry. I mean, it's real cherry. It's real tart cherries. You get some of the oak component coming through, which is quite nice, and you get like a light hint of vanilla, bit of woodiness, so there's some nice earthiness to this. A slight viniousness as well, like white grapes or soured white grapes. Just a bit of funk on there too. And I get a bit of a berry component on there, like blackberries on there, something that grows wild around here. Quite fun. I'm gonna take a little bit of time with this, and I'll come back with some final thoughts and conclusions. All right, I've taken a couple minutes with this. I'm also picking up on this a light raspberry component too, so it's quite complex. There's a lot going on in this. It's also quite crisp in taste, kind of semi-dry, so it kind of dries off at the end. Very lively carbonation. All things that you kind of expect with a Flanders red or Flanders brown style ale. I would definitely consider this to be more of a Flanders brown ale than a Flanders red. The red ales just have brighter flavors, I think, than the browns. I enjoy them both. Okay, rating. Well, that's tough. You know, I honestly think this is a beer that I should have reviewed when I bought it. The cherries probably would have been a bit more bright and probably more forward on the taste and everything at that time. I would say there are definitely some Flanders red / Flanders brown ales that I've enjoyed much more than this. For style, I'm going to give it a 92. It's good. It's very enjoyable. I think it's an excellent beer, but probably fresh would be much better. And there are other Flanders red / Flanders brown ales that are better out there in the market. I'm going to drop it all the way down to 89 into that very good as far as beers I enjoy in general. Here it is again. If you've had this fresh or fresh and aged, let me know what you think. Am I on the mark or am I full of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. It is the Poppy Red Ale from the Lost Abbey. This is the 2013, so it's 2+ years old. And this Kevin Clemens will be saying, life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review.